Hello, I'm here just to talk about traffic and the implementation of the Ainbinder traffic impact analysis. I had 5 questions that I think are really on the minds of the citizens that I've been talking to. The first is about the Yale Street Bridge and whether or not the developer will be required to propose and implement development infrastructure changes per Councilmember Gonzalez's note to the mayor. The second question relates to a nearby development that's being put forward by OR, and we've asked for the plats, not the plans, because the plats are what are connected in Chapter 15 to the traffic impact analysis. And the question is, should this development be included? And my question for the council is, should the Public Works be directed to identify and produce plats, not plans? Because as Ms. Durr is going to address, there is a concern about...
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Your time has expired.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Just wanted to give you a chance to address your last question.
Thank you, Councilmember. There's a lot of work trying to keep up with the disclosure obligations of the Open Records Act, and we understand that. But the plats are there is an important question about whether the OR development has been platted. It's no question it doesn't have plans, but platting is what matters.
Okay, Mr. Day, as you know, we're limited in time today, but we do have that meeting coming up on Thursday, so I would encourage, I'm sure you're going to be present.
Will Richard Smith be there?
We've asked for him to be present, so we haven't received confirmation on him. But, please bring these questions forward, and hopefully we could get some answers.
May I have just a few more moments?
Sure. Go ahead.
Richard Smith is a hard-working details guy in the department who handled the TIA when it came in. You can see from the open records disclosures that he was the guy that was asking questions. For example, he's the only reason that I know about the sidewalks being taken out to make for an extra lane.
Councilmember, are you done?
Yes.
The time has expired. Thank you.
I mean,
Okay,
I had 3 minutes. Mr. Gonzalez.
Everybody had to give up their...
We gave up our time.
Well, I know, but you could move to extend.
Okay,
Is it not possible?
It is possible. We have 10 council members, but someone has to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to extend time there.
Is there a second? Discussion? Favoring, opposed, motion carries.
We've asked for Mr. Smith to be present at the meeting. He works in public works, so I haven't received confirmation if he'll be there or not. Mr. Jeff Weatherford will be there. He, too, has reviewed the TIAs and has worked with Mr. Smith, so we'd like to have him in attendance as well. We've asked for that.
Well, and the reason why is, for example, the road there's a 60-foot right-of-way, which includes room for sidewalks on both sides, and the traffic flow is going to require 3 lanes, and now there's no sidewalks. That means the pedestrians, the bikes, they're not going to be able to access the center. And then just about Public Works, and then I'll leave you with this. Public Works, this is question 5. I really am baffled why when the citizen group RUDH advances questions about the variables that are being plugged into the TIA, they are explained away, and that the city at the city's expense has prepared an alternative study using lesser numbers. And that's question 5. I very much appreciate the extra time, Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, Ms. Karen Durr will be followed by Ms. Evelyn Mertz.
Everybody, and thank you. Do I have, are we down to 1 minute?
1 minute.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to read then. I'm here to support RUDH in the request for documentation pertaining to drainage at that site in the Heights area Walmart site, we're calling it. They've asked again and again and have not received the documents for that site. I've been told, and I would like to know why the city has gone to the Attorney General to get a ruling that the documents are proprietary so they will not have to be given. I'm wondering if that's true. I'm wondering what the council and the mayor can do for us. You've said your hands are tied as far as helping us protect our neighborhood against this development, and now we're trying to untie your hands and are not able to get these documents after numerous requests.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Mayor, the concern about the open records was raised last time, and there was a different attorney present, and I don't know what the outcome of that was, but we had asked to try to get those expedited or at least processed in a timely manner. Is there a response to that?
Councilmember, we have provided a number of documents to RUDH, is my understanding. With regard to the drawings, these are documents that Walmart has asked the city to accept. We're not asserting the exception, but we've sent a letter to the Attorney General's office indicating that a third party may seek an exception to the disclosure of those records. That's something that's within the parameters of the law, and the AG will respond if Walmart asserts the exception. They'll respond to it accordingly.
Could we have some order out in the if you wouldn't mind just getting them to hold it down out there? Thank you.
We had submitted and accepted.
So go ahead. I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, Mayor. We have provided a number of records to RUHD. There was a request by Walmart a third-party request to accept records from disclosure, and these are plans. And we're not asserting the exception. It's a third party that's asserting it.
Councilmember, I would need an extension of time if you want to continue.
Second.
We have second discussion favoring opposed. Motion carries. Go ahead.
Are there any other documents aside from the ones that he's asking where they're asking for an exemption for some reason that haven't been provided or that we need to get to? Well, not us, but the department needs to get to you?
I would say yes. From what I haven't looked at the documents that were provided, but representatives, which is from RUDH, which is a citizens group, has said that they have not been provided the documents for drainage for this development. They were given 700 pages that were actually for the Silver Road development. The concern is there is a historic cemetery downstream of Olivewood that could be affected by drainage, plus Woodland Heights and many other concerns with all that's going on in that area.
Motion to extend? Or?
Favoring opposed, motion carries.
I believe any citizen or the organization should receive any documents that, especially that come under open records. I don't know the legal aspects of it. That falls under city legal. We've asked for them to be expedited in a timely manner, but at this point, I don't know if something Public Works can address to the citizen.
Councilmember, my belief is that everything that is, unless it is proprietary in some way to an outside third party, we have turned over. As she said, we've given them 700 pages of documents.
For a different development.
We've made every effort, and we'll go back and scrub it again and see if there's anything.
May I make one request?
Yes.
We request that the permitting be halted until citizens are able to see these documents. The concern is that the property is intended to be grandfathered with no detention. They've received a $300,000 tax abatement proposed for detention, and we don't want this to be grandfathered with no detention without citizens getting to look at those documents.
Councilmember, I can assure you that is not going to happen.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you very much.